Hello, and thank you everyone for attending these talks in the Genea Biomedx booth. I'm Dr. Marian Valera. I'm the Product Development and Clinical Application Manager, and I'm here to talk to you about how important it is to have a reliable traceability system in the IVF lab and to present to you our new system, Guardian. So we know that working in an IVF lab is operating in a high risk and high responsibility environment because every single sample represents a unique opportunity of a life project. And it involves many manual steps which are potential to committing human errors. So in a way, working in an IVF lab is like air traffic control. One small mistake can have irreversible consequences. So even if errors are rare, they are still completely unacceptable. And this is because manual processes rely on memory, on double checks, on vigilances, and we are not perfect. We are not fail-proof. And apart from that, relying on double witness consumes double time because not only I need to stop what I'm doing to verify the information of the patient, I need to stop a colleague to do the same and verify the information. So imagine the completely opposite scenario. If every step could be automatically verified, fully recorded, and instantly traceable. It would be like having a black box in aviation. A witnessing system captures everything that we do, protecting both the patients and the professionals and transforming risk into confidence. So here we present Guardian. This is our new electronic witnessing system that uses dual identification label technology, combining barcode and RFID readings, designed for simplified sample traceability and workflow management in ART labs. It is a completely customizable system, so instead of the lab having to adapt to the system's workflow adapts to the lab's workflow. The integration is also seamless, it has very small footprints, and it's portable and can be configured in a single day. And it also offers diverse workflow display, so we can see the verification status and the workflow throughout all the days, so from day 0 to day 7 of the cycle. Guardian is born from a decade of experience that we have in the traceability system in our labs. It's the evolution of our previous system, so it includes all the feedback that we have received from our customers. So it is designed for the needs of modern IVF labs. So there's two ways of doing keeping the traceability in the IVF steps, in the steps of the IVF cycles. One is barcodes, another one is through RFID tags. Guardian combines both, so you can choose the system that you prefer for every step of the cycle. So this way, we also offer different types of readers, so it can be built in a modular way, so it adapts to the needs of your specific lab. We have the PDA, which is a portable, and you can read both things, barcodes and RFID, but we also have different RFID readers, especially designed for the microscope workstation or for the tube racks, so you can read all the samples at the same time. So you can build it, as I say, in a modular way, so it adapts your specific needs. We also offer flexibility for the labels. We have different sizes of labels, so it adapts to every single piece of consumables that you use throughout the cycle. And you just need to install the printers also in a modular way, as many as you want, in the lab, so you can print your labels and prepare the setup before the cycle. As I said, the configuration is plug and play. All the modules can be implemented and installed very easily in the lab, and everything is connected through Wi-Fi, so it won't disturb your everyday work in the lab, even for the installation. So what does Guardian do? How can Guardian help you in your lab? First of all, tracking, verifying the patient ID across all the steps and all locations in the lab. You can verify and track every single step that you do throughout the IVF cycle, since the patient verification, the gamete preparation, insemination, until the transfer and vitrification. And you will get notified immediately in case you make any mistakes or you are about to make a mistake. As you can see here in the video, we can read the different consumables of all the steps that we do in the lab, even combining both technologies in the same scanning and the same witnessing session, and we will get notified automatically when we scan the labels from different cycles. We get a double signal, both audible and visible. So we can know immediately when we are about to make a mistake, so we can stop and we fix the problem before it even happens. And the traceability goes down to sample level. With our labels, we can tag, we can identify every single straw, every single embryo. So this way, we can tell the system exactly what embryo we want to thaw, and if we scan a different label, even if it's from the same patient, we will also get an error. So this way, we can track, we can have complete visibility of all the cryostored samples of the patient. In the system, we have visibility of all the samples that this patient have stored and what's the state of the samples, if they are still stored in the tank, if we have used it in a cycle, or even if we have shipped it to another clinic. We also have complete workflow management visibility. We can have visibility of all the steps of the cycles throughout all the days, always with rules tailored to every lab. Again, you don't need to adapt to the system adapts to you. So we can, go back please. Yeah. So this way we can map all the steps that we do in the lab, combining everything that all the users do. So we have complete visibility of what we do. And we can see all the time the agenda so we can see the work that we have pending day by day, or also by procedure. And we can also customize a color code task visualization, so we can identify with a single look at the screen how many fresh or flowing cycles we have for the day, or PGT. We can completely customize it as we want. And we can also see the agenda in the palm of our hand. We have it in the PDA, so you can see all the work of the day every time in the PDA, and we will also get notified immediately if we do things in a different order than we is expected. So it is tracking all the steps in the order of the process. We also introduced improved workflow flexibility. We included new roles for the cycles and also more flexibility in the roles assignment. For example, by selecting who is the egg source or the sperm source in the cycle. So this way, we can give support for complex cycles like donations or same-sex couple cycles. Additionally, we have flexibility throughout the cycle. We can edit, modify the roles in the cycle. For example, if we need to add a new donor, even if the cycle has started, we can also link new cryostored samples. For example, if I thaw an embryo and it doesn't survive the thawing, I can select a new one. And we can also add additional procedures if plans change. For example, if I do an OPU and we don't have enough oocytes to do the ICSI, we can add an egg vitrification and change the plan as we go. We also included a new module for transfer and discard of cryostored samples. So this way we can track sample shipments and receptions from different labs and verify the identification of the samples and also the state of the dry shipper. And of course, we have the module for traceability and reporting. With this, we can query, analyze, and export reports to show everything that we did in the lab, including when we have a mismatch and how we solve the mismatch. This is because everything that is recorded in Guardian stays there forever as proof of how we worked in the lab. We can export different types of reports. We can select reports that have all the witness sessions, everything that we scan, another one for the cycle history. We also have reports specific for a patient and even lab reports. We can also filter by different parameters, cycles with errors, by user, by dates, by patient, and we can also export it in different formats. For example, in PDF, if we want it for an audit, or an Excel format if we want to use it for research or internal measurements. And finally, we also included a new module for lab reports. It includes laboratory level statistic analysis, including how many cycles we do, how many mismatches we have, how many transfer orders we carried, and even the embryologist workload ranking. So everything so we can have all the lab KPIs in a single click. And of course, the most important thing that Guardian does is to keep safety in the laboratory and guarantee the success in your treatment. So thank you very much. If you want more information, we are here happy to support you. You can reach the team anytime that you want. Thank you very much.